Yeah, baby.
Hey, Simon, play that tracker, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. Here we go.
Hey, welcome to another fucking episode of Bendy Yarns, baby. Hey, we're back.
Yeah, baby.
Bro, we appreciate you guys for the help, love and support, man. If it wasn't for you guys, there would be no Bender Brothers, bro.
Word.
So there's another episode from the hood.
For the hood.
Thank you, boys. Today we have a very special guest, our first international fucking guest, man. So lucky us. Bro. We appreciate you for coming on. Hey, make a warm welcome for also Chazza McQueen, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go. Welcome, bro. Welcome, bro.
How you been, bro?
Been good, man.
Yeah, that's mad.
I've been living.
Yeah.
Been enjoying my time, man.
Yeah.
Loving
Sweet.
my time here in Oz. Yeah, man.
All right, before we start, normally we have a game. It's called This and That. We're going to scrap it just for today. We've got a new game, so Jan's going to...
All right. So
Why have you scrapped it, though?
Because
this one... for you, bro. Come on now.
Yeah.
Special treatment. Okay.
Okay, no, but this game is called Same but Diff, all right? So what's going to happen is I've got 10 sets of lyrics from different Australian hip-hop scene, hip-hop songs.
Yeah.
And then from there, you just have to guess it, all right? If you can guess the song from the lyrics, you don't take a shot.
Okay.
But the key is I'm going to say it. I'm not going to rap it to you, all right? All right? So you'll pick it up. You'll get it, okay?
Hey,
once he says the lyrics, you only got 5 seconds to...
Yeah, you got 5 seconds.
Oh, no, that's fine. I can roll with that, but like, the this or that thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, I'm an opinionated guy.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, I ain't going to do no shots.
Come on, bro.
Oh, man.
ain't silly.
All right. Okay, lyrics 1. Here we go. Better say that shit with your chest. If not, then you better say less.
3.
Beer coming from the west.
2,
Something.
You have to tell us the song. You have to tell us the
Oh,
song.
the song. Oh, I thought you were saying like rap the rest of the verse. I'm like, yo,
You're taking a shot, bro.
no. Man didn't explain the rules like that. All right,
All right, we'll give that pass. Give that pass.
Give that a pass.
You got many more.
So now the rule.
Now on is the song.
That was Lissy Fist Up.
Yeah, it's not looking good, bruv.
That's why you're taking the shot.
Take the fucking shot, boy.
Fucking dumb.
What one was that then? The come up.
Say less.
Better say that shit with your chest. If not, then you better say less.
That will say less.
I should know that.
How confident though? This guy said it.
Yeah, chest. I told you.
Fist top.
There you go.
Alright, you gotta take that shot, man.
If not, then you better say less.
Alright, okay.
Fucking hell, Fuso, welcome.
Oh, that's Wet Pussy, by the way. Hey, shout out Wet Pussy.
Hey, big shout out to Wet Pussy,
big
Danny
shot.
and the team, bro.
Big hand thing, yeah.
Alright. Number two. I swear that's all we need. When we go there to take that trip, no belly, then eat swell. Throw him a shirt, chuck it on, and let's lurk.
Fucking sounds like a
Let's
poet,
work.
the cat.
5,
Popping a shirt.
4.
Let's
3,
go with 1-4
2.
spot difference.
Wrong. We get hella shots.
Is that wrong?
Hey, take a shot as well.
Take a shot, dude.
Shot for you as well. What was it? What was the correct answer?
Shacks and shit.
I swear that's all we need when we go to take that trip.
Shacks and
No
shit.
belly, then 8.
Shacks and
Bro,
shit.
you got 1-4, right?
Damn, Daniel.
Alright, so what? Alright, can we say like
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Nah, you gotta get the song.
Drink the fucking shot.
We might not do 10 because you're going to do 10 shots. No podcast.
listen, I see you when you had low key on ropes, man. You had it on the ropes, man.
Shout out low key,
You're
bro,
gonna
my
have me
man.
worse.
Okay, all right.
Fuck, you're a good
We'll
sport,
do
G.
2 more. We'll do 2 more, all right? Okay. I've been down for a minute. Now I'm getting up. It ain't hard to see that a young'un been stuck. They speak on my name, but they won't say too much. Hey, that's bars.
Bad.
Alright, can we go to the next one? Can we go to the next one?
Take a shot,
Hey,
bro.
no. Wait.
Take a shot.
Wait. Alright.
3, 2,
Hooligan hefts.
1. Take a shot. Take a shot.
Bruv, I'm slacking at this, you know.
Last one.
Misunderstood by Young and Lee.
Speak on my name, but they won't say too much. I see him in club and they still show me love.
Shout out those,
Hey,
man.
if I sing that right now, I can not do the shot, yeah?
Go on.
Please
Okay,
don't. Please
sing
don't.
Doing 150 in traffic. I'm doing bad at this, you know. I'm gonna have people online.
Yeah,
like,
bro,
this
I'm
guy's
glad
a
we stopped
faker,
that,
you know.
man.
He ain't really. You know what it is? It's because you're saying it. You're not singing it.
Yeah,
It's like
100,
my brain
100.
can't. Nah, man, my brain can't put two together.
Oopsie.
Taking hella shots, bro. My man's.
Big shots as well. All right, go on, one more.
All right, last one. Still out here trying to make history. Yeah, they still hating and they envy. Them haters, yeah, we got plenty.
Oh, bro, like, no, I'm lost, bro.
You're on the spot,
I'm lost, bro. Like, I might watch this back and be like, you idiot, you should. But maybe with the pressure of being on the spot, I'm like, nah.
Oh, you take that? Oh, fuck.
I'm not even, what was the answer?
Envy by 046.
Yeah, they still hating up and they envy. Them haters, yeah, we got plenty. Still pricing up.
I wouldn't have got that
Damn,
one.
bro.
I wouldn't have got that one. I wouldn't have got
man,
that
man.
I like that song, but I wouldn't have got that one.
Well, last shot
Bro,
for you.
that
shit,
ain't even
bro.
a shot, bro.
Take that, bro.
Damn. Bro, you're
My
a good
guy,
sport, G. My man.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. Shot
Man,
Chazza.
man.
Yeah.
Chazza, man.
Shit, bro. What brings you to Brizzy? What brings you to Brizzy, man?
Brizzy, coming over, had a few things planned. Last night hosted the Trot.
Yeah, man.
Ezra
Ezra James. Shout out Ezra, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, but was fortunate and appreciative to have that opportunity to do that, host and unfortunately wasn't able to perform, but just host that event. Obviously, you guys coming here and doing this, and then just link up with a few people, and just because it's my second time in Brizzy. So just link up with a few people, say hi for the weekend, and then back to business.
That's it, bro.
So you're based here now, yeah?
Based here in Australia,
Aussie,
living in Sydney.
How's that, bro? How's that?
It's mad.
Yeah?
Like it's you know, there's a lot of similarities to London. But there's a lot of differences as well. I know that sounds like mad obvious, but like,
Thanks for that.
No shit, Sherlock. No, you know, there's differences. But I wouldn't say it was like a culture shock for me. I wouldn't say I've come here and like feel lost completely. Fortunately, through music and talking to people, it's like you got kind of half an idea of what's going on and whatnot. So just a few things that threw me off coming here. Like now that we're here, walking through Woolies for the first time.
Do you have a Woolies over there?
We used to have Woolworths, but it was like our Kmart. So we had Woolworths, Woolies, but it was like Kmart. It was a different type of thing. But,
shit.
walking through Woolies now, I'm going past the frozen section, and out the corner of my eye, I see Golden Gay Time. Golden Gay Time, bro. What do you mean you went to Woolies and you had a Golden Gay Time, bro? What's that? What's that, bro?
Sorry, bro. My bad, bro. It's not looking good, bro.
It's not looking good, bro. Shout out Castillo.
Hey, shout out that guy, bro.
Yeah, bro. So like, there's things like that I'm like scratching my head like this. And then it's got me scratching my head like this. Like, it threw me off, bro. So yeah.
That's cool, bro. What are the differences you see in the music scene?
Bro, there's just not as much infrastructure here, eh? Like back home, when you're looking at record deals, when you're looking at even just like influencers, like I'd consider myself somewhat of an influencer.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Like what we were saying this before, like where's our version of Chunks and Philly? Where's our Sidemen? Where's those kind of characters? So that's
right here, baby.
Right here. This is the foundations right here.
We're coming, bro. We're coming.
No, so like there's differences in terms of it's not as built up, it's not as mature as an industry. And although there's some things in place, I think there's a lot of people still figuring it out. So what's going on now is a lot of creating a blueprint for people going forward. And shout out to all the people who have been doing it without that blueprint, because they've had to navigate without all of these things in place.
Bro, it's cool. It's cool you say that, bro, because we notice it too. Because we say it all the time, but there's no one doing that sort of content, like that sort of influence within a community, you know?
It's, you know, and I want there to be that. You know, I want there to be
100%.
the people that, you know, a bit like jack of all trades, they could do a bit of everything. You know, like, it's good to have those kind of characters. It's good for content. It's entertaining. You know? And then you tailor it to the culture. You tailor it so people can recognize it. Because a lot of people here, when I ask them what do they watch on YouTube, they're naming like Kick Game in America, and they're naming like UK things like Chunks, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong, and it's good content. I get it, but like, when can we have like the Aussie content? When can we
the
have
brothers are here, baby.
Man, them over this side of the world. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be good to have some entertainment that relates to this culture here.
100%.
That's cool, bro.
That's just sick, man.
You like.
You go.
No, you go. Right, this is your last chance. You fucking
No, talk about the Australian scene. You're very well known within this scene. You know, all over your Insta, you can see that you've been linking up with all these different artists.
Yeah, bro.
That's so like Who's been your favorite one that you've linked up with?
People are fucking spewing at this guy's thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
fucking, who's this pommy cat going?
Yeah, bro.
How dare you come from England?
every 5 second walk on, bro. It's just like, what are you talking about, bro?
Oh, we're doing that yesterday, bro.
Everyone does it,
Fucking yesterday, we hung out for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, bro.
And bro, all of a sudden I was talking to you. He's like, "How's your day?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's good, brev."
But man's not even saying it like the East London. You know what I mean, governor? Like, bruv.
Yeah.
You're saying it like Castillo. You're going,
Brev.
brev. It's not looking good, brev.
It's not looking good, brev.
Right, man's like, yeah, doing it like that.
Nah, but your favorite collab,
Favorite person I've linked up with. So let aside the music, just them as a person. Damn. Whoever I say now, someone else is gonna be like, "Do you mean I'm not your favorite?" Nah, there's a lot of cool people.
Come on, man. You said
a lot of cool people. Man, it's gonna cause dramas. You know what? Let me give a very honourable shout out to Ago. Ago is a very real person. The few times I've hung out with her or bumped into her, very real peoples. I've made very good friends with a Sydney artist called Nardine. She's like helped me a ton. She's a very real one as well. Lissy.
Yeah, man.
Lissy, just real. Like, you know, there's a lot of real like good people in this scene. There's a couple of others that but like never from a standpoint of like I'll turn around to them and be like, "Oh no, fuck you." It's like more so just like you read someone's character and you're just like, we don't click. I'm not even saying you're a bad person or anything, just we don't click, we might not vibe like that. You do you and I'll do me kind of thing. So
100%.
but yeah, that's just life, eh?
Yeah,
It's cool, bro.
Straight out.
So don't get annoyed if I haven't like mentioned you. There's a lot of good people that have taken
if you're
care
looking
of me.
for Chazza, he's fucking right.
He said this address at this time.
Nah, mad, bro. Like, we'll actually go through some of your first YouTube vids, bro. Like, talk us through how that all started up and like the upcoming of 1-4 and how you reacted, woke up, and fucking your YouTube channel just.
That's a crazy story to tell.
So in brief, it didn't start at 1-4. I was very fortunate to be here for about 6 to 9 months before that all kind of kicked off. So I started doing Aussie reactions in May 2018.
Oh, sweet.
I kept saying April, but I actually checked it the other day and it's actually May. So May 2018.
Who was your first one?
Well, it was a Triple J cypher with Chillin' It, Wombat, Nerve, and Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's the grime one they did.
The cypher they did.
Yeah.
And I remember just getting a comment like saying, "React to Triple J hip hop Aussie cypher." I'm thinking it's a parody video. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm thinking like, which is very
you're gonna walk out there. So fucking hell.
Which is mad ignorant of me because being from the UK for years, we've tried to push like ourselves onto like the American market. There's more than just hip hop in America. Like we're doing it here in the UK and have been for years. So it's quite ignorant of me to just presume that there wasn't hip hop anywhere else. Like, so I've done that reaction now. And Alex Jones specifically was the guy I was like, "Yo, who's this guy? Like, this is short cunt. He's good. Like, he's gold." And went down a little wormhole, like did a couple reactions. And it was like the 4th or 5th reaction I did was to Chillin' It and Wombat's Underrated. And did that reaction, threw it up as normal. And in that video, I ironically say, "Oh, maybe we'll make this like a semi-regular thing, like once a week or so." Bro, I threw up that reaction overnight. Woke up in the morning for work. Like, me, I'm not a great morning person. So when I wake up, I swear at myself. I'm like, yeah. That's me, G. I wake up, I see that alarm and I go, "Nah, fuck yeah." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't on this today." But so I'm like sitting there swearing at myself, like, "Fuck this, you don't need a job. You don't need to pay rent. Just go on the run from the authorities. You'll be all right." And then I'm like, "Oh, fine, right, go to work." And I check my phone. Boom, 99+ notifications on like everything, even emails. This is the time. This is in a time where I had email notifications on for when someone subscribed to the channel.
Oh,
so I've now got 99+ emails. I'm like, who signed me up to a dodgy porn site or something? Like, what's going on? Like,
Dating site.
What's going on?
$3.99 a month.
Local girls in your area, 27, Cassandra.
You know that too well.
What do you mean, bro?
What videos you watching, cuz?
Don't ask questions. Like, level so, what was I saying? So yeah, so I've woke up, seen all of that, and I'm like, yo, I've got a lot of love, and that's because Chill and Wombat shared it on like Facebook
bro,
or
that's
Instagram,
mad.
whatever it was. And I went from like taking like 4 years to build up my platform to like 250 subscribers.
Yeah.
To then
Overnight.
go into like 1,000, like overnight.
Yeah, that's sick,
Yo,
bro.
What? And then we
bro.
like very quickly got to 10K. And that happened very quick. And it was like, yo, what's going on here? Like, people are showing me love. Like, I'll do a UK reaction, and let's say I got 1,000 views. There'd be like, let's say like 20 comments. But I'd get an Aussie reaction, get 1,000 views, but there'll be like 100 comments. And it would be people like, yo, this is what this means. This is what our culture is. And it was people like explaining it to me because it was all new to me.
Yeah, that's tough.
And so, kept it rolling from there, and very quickly just made my channel just Aussie only.
Yeah.
And it would be in my benefit to probably stay doing the UK stuff. More numbers, more stuff just going on full stop.
Exactly
Plus
right.
as well, I wouldn't have to like go to the other side of the world to do collaborative content, you know what I'm saying? So it was in my interest to do that, but I was like, nah, but no one else is doing this thing over there. A lot of people have said that I was the first. I've always believed that there's someone out there who did it, but maybe just not as regular as I did it. I stuck at it first. So being 100%. One of the first anyway, to do the whole, just any kind of content around the scene.
That's sick, bro. You're fucking killing it, man.
Yeah, bro. And it was like, it was just nice. It was just nice to be like doing something that no one else is doing, and then feeling the love and feeling the support for doing that. Yeah. It meant a lot, man.
Oh, yeah, bro.
That's sick.
That's fucking awesome, bro. Did you ever see yourself like when you started reaction videos first? Did you actually see yourself at that time making music the way you are now? Because you're obviously you were fucking playing some bangers yesterday.
Yeah, unreleased shit. He's playing his unreleased. I was like,
yeah. It's just like, okay, a white boy can rap. Yeah, man. I've always done my own music as well. Like, just as long as I've been doing YouTube content, which is about 8 years now. I've been doing music as well. And I've been like performing at like open mics and everything at least a healthy 6 or so years, 6, 7 years.
Bro,
so
grinding, man.
I've had time to work on some things, you know. There's a lot of artists that blow up off their first freestyle and then like they're thrown in front of a festival crowd.
Fucking crumble.
And they look lost, bro.
They crumble.
They're lost. And I don't blame them. Like, I feel sorry for them because they ain't had the time to work on something. So I'm very fortunate that I did have to go through not being known for at least 4 years and still having to perform these songs and having to win over a crowd, which back home, I might be like the only white guy in the venue. I'll never forget. Can I tell a quick story? Can I tell a quick story?
Yeah, tell us, bro.
Right. So this is one of my first ever open mics. One of my first ever open mics. And I'm like 17, 18 at the time, maybe. 17, 18 at the time. And I've rolled with my boy Spyro. And we've gone to this area called Croydon, which is kind of far out, kind of a bit of a mission to go to.
Is
South
it like
London.
the ends in that? Or?
Kind of, yeah, kind of. Like, not bad, but it's just because it's the middle of butt fuck nowhere. It's just like, it's just dodgy. It's just dodgy, like
butt fuck nowhere.
Yeah, so we've rolled through, and even the venue, we're like following like the maps or whatever to get there. And bro, it's just down this like tunnel. Like bare graffiti, but all the shutters are down. I'm like, yo, we sure we're in like the right place. Like. So we roll through, and yeah, lo and behold, it is just like this mad underground venue. And the guy on the door just looked at me, and he's just like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "I'm here to perform," and he's just like, "Oh, are you
Who
sure?"
the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck's that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" So either way, we've got in the venue now, and I've just looked around the room, bro. I felt so out of place. Like, I've walked in, I'm the only white guy in the whole venue, bro. Whole venue. There's like 100 people. Man just ballied up, just like smoking their spliff through the bally. Like, I'm like, and they're just going, "Hey, what go on, bruv?" And I'm just like, "Hi." Like, I used to be a very shy kid as well, so yeah. And then sitting around, and I've gone up, and these, like, you only get to do one song at these events. So I've done my one song with Spy. We've killed it. Like, we felt like we killed it as well. We're like, nah, we did a good job with that shit. Hopped off stage, and some big guys walked over to me. Guy must have been at least 6'6". Yeah,
it's a big guy.
That's a big guy.
Big guy, bro.
That's a big guy, bruv. He's walked over, and he's got a bally on, and he's like pulled it up like over his like nose, but he's still like, he's got his eyes shut, but he's like still covering, and he's just put his arm around me, like he's like done the little bro thing, like big arm around me, and he's like, I can't lie, bro, I was gonna rob you. But for a white boy, you're actually kind of cold still. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, yo, he's just like, yeah, I was gonna rob you still. I'm like, yo, what? Like Ross, like, is this the vibe? Yeah, come to the vibe. And he's just like, nah, but you're good though, eh? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going on them laughs, like, and I'm just like, okay, nice to meet you, like, you know. And but yeah, we used to be at some shifty ass events, man, where it would be like that, you know.
Cool, man. Tell us more about like your events and shit, like places you rapped at and that.
Yeah, bro.
That's
like,
sick.
so we used to be at some, like, because you'd just be at the maddest places, because for these organizations and promotions to put on these events, obviously it cost a lot to hire a venue. Most open mics back home, I don't know about here, but like they'd be on a Thursday night. It was like the cheapest night to hire a venue. So we'd be there like Thursday nights. And yeah, there'd be, sometimes it would just be like a local pub, and it would just be like tiny little stage, one mic set up, nothing crazy. And there'd be these other underground venues that are like mad, like proper, like sick venues. I'll never forget one time doing a show, and this is now where it's like an open mic thing, but you've got like a 20-30 minute set. So it's like a bit more legit now, you know? And I remember being put on the bill, and I was like co-headline or third from the top. There's like 8 of us in total. And they've just based on how many tickets you sell. You sell like 20 tickets, you know? You just bring your brethrens along, basically. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like real like that. But anyway, we roll through, and I've done sound check. And the guy that's on before me on the bill is like a reggae type of artist. And I've heard him, and bro, he's cold. Like, he's done this one song, we're all there at soundcheck going, bye. Like, he's going crazy. He's going crazy. We're loving it, bro. We're like, wheel it. It's like, it's soundcheck. We're meant to go through this. No, wheel it. Like, we're getting lit, bro. We're lit. Yeah. We're throwing our gang signs in, you know what I'm saying? We're getting lit.
That's sick, bro.
And so I'm like, good. So he's going to get the crowd going, and then I'm going to step on. And at the time, this is where most of my music's grime. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come with big energy. So night starts now. Everything's going well. He comes on, does that song from Soundcheck. Bro, everyone's rushed towards the stage. They're like, I want to hear this guy. Because you got to keep in mind, a lot of people there, they don't know who you are. They're there to support their brethren. So some people aren't invested in you like that, you know? Like, I don't blame them, you know, they've just rolled through to see their brethren, they're like, oh, my brethren's not on for another 45 minutes. Or their brethren's already finished performing, so they're just now hanging around. They don't have to listen, you know, it's respectful to do so, and we always appreciate as artists if you're not like being mad loud and talking like front row at a show. Like, it's nice that
is that a big thing? Is that a big thing?
Yeah, I'd say as an artist, if you want to have a chat, go to the back of the room. Don't be in the front row like laughing and like, because you're trying to perform and it's distracting. It's a little bit disrespectful. So either way, but he's got everyone listening now. So I'm like, yeah, this is sick. Yeah. And then he's done, then he's like, started playing the next track. It's a bit mediocre. And he's cut it halfway through. He started preaching. He's like, on God, you gotta follow Jesus. You gotta follow the Lord. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
You're way too good at that shit.
One more time.
I said, Wagwan, brother. What you say, my G? We're here in London.
That's enough, bro. That's enough for me, bro.
Fucking hell, man.
So either way, he started preaching to the crowd. We're like, yo.
Bro, he would have rapped. He's probably like a preacher. Rap, got your attention. He would have been, gotcha, bitch.
Oh, man. So he started preaching. So everyone's just like, hey, yo, like, I'm leaving. I'm going to smokers. I'm going to toilet. I'm going to get another drink. Everyone's leaving. And the promoter of the event, the organizer of the night, he's come over to me and he's just like, Chazza. He's like, grab me like this. He's like, Chazza, please help us. I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's just like, you're on next. I need you to get people to come towards the stage. Now, whenever you're at these kind of events and you go, can everyone come a little bit closer to the stage, please? Everyone takes one step and then 3 steps backwards. No one really comes to the front. Like, and if people do, we, again, as an artist, we massively, massively appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, man. So either way, he's preached for a whole 20 minutes.
Fuck me.
Whole 20, it maybe done like one song at the end, but it's all spoken word. He's all done this preaching stuff. Cool from a creative standpoint, but that wasn't the vibe for the night kind of thing. So I've stepped on stage now. And I've done can everyone come a bit closer to the stage, please? couple people did, but you can see it's a bit dead. Now, in this venue, it's kind of lighting where you can't see very far in front of you.
Yeah.
You can see maybe like a meter or two. And so I'm like, yo, everyone come forward, and I can kind of just about see the front row. Either way, started playing this track called Fucking Oath. Fucking Oath.
Yeah. Fucking Oath.
And
Fucking Oath.
bro, it just got reloaded at this point. All of a sudden, I'm like spitting the bars, and I could just hear everyone going, hey. And I'm just like, wheel it. And the DJ spun that, pulled that back on the decks, and the lights flashed as they did that. They made the lights flash. All of a sudden, I'm just seeing, it's a venue of like 200 people pushing their way forward. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like mad moments. And then I felt like I killed the rest of that set. And then the second I stepped off stage, everyone was just like walking out with me. They're like, well, I'm following this guy. Like, and so I've had really good events like that as well, where I've killed it, and I'm like, oh, like I've actually won over a room full of people who don't know who I am. So I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to go through that. So now when I come and perform here, even half the crowd knows what the lyrics are. It's easy. If I choked or forgot lyrics, someone's rapping it. That's where I'm at. And I can continue. Like,
just build off that.
And I don't have to win nobody over. I still have that mindset. I still have that mindset of, even if I'm a support act, do better than the main act. Be the guy of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, have the best performance. And that's a big, important thing to me.
So I was wondering, do you find it harder to get hype for a crowd of less people? You know, you're just telling us about that event that's got heaps of people. Do you find it easier to find a vibe when it's a bigger crowd compared? Yeah,
it depends on the vibe of the crowd itself, though. You know what I mean? Of course, when you have a full crowd, of course it helps. You know what I mean? Like, but it depends on the vibe. I'd rather have 20 people that know every lyric that are going to ride out over 1,000 people at a festival that's just like, who's the Parlange on stage? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, oh yeah, you didn't see that one coming out.
Fucking hell.
Do you feel like you've picked up heaps of Aussie slang?
Bro, I've picked up everything.
Talking
Yeah, because yesterday, bro, you was busting out like different slang. I was like, no way.
Fucking way, guys.
Bro, we're like, oh, bro, when I get a feel, like, yo, sekius. Yo, fuck.
Man, yeah, it's just because I'm always around people, and like, I can't like, I wouldn't say I have an addictive personality, but I have an addictive like
energy.
Linguage. That's what I'm calling it. Linguage. It's a new word now. That's new slang, bro. You just don't get it.
Your guys' vocabulary up there in the UK. Over here, it's fucking.
I'll pick up how other people talk. Like, so if I'm around someone quite often and they say something, I'll pick it up. Like, the boys I work with, they're all Samoan. So like, one of the boys, he's like, Yoza. Every 5 minutes. So I'm just like, next thing you know,
that's not Samoan, bros.
It's Kiwi,
It's Kiwi.
But then even like, Seki, and then the one thing I love doing at the moment is just sneaking in. Oh yeah, littles, fa. And then like hiding, like, because it's so funny, because so many people don't clock that I've even said it, because I'm used to hearing it all the time. But occasionally someone will be like, what did you just say? Like, yeah, that was me. So it just becomes like a running joke now. Every time I talk to someone, I'll just be like, yeah, later, bro. Chat to you later. All right, fa. And then just like duck away like as quick as I can, bro.
Fucking man. All right, give us one sentence like you're talking like us. Try your hardest.
Nah, bro, because the people are going to start saying I'm racist. They're going to be like, hey, who's this knockoff Jonah from Tonga, bro? They're going to dig me out, bro. They're going to be like, what's this?
Nah, give it a shot. Give it a shot. We give you the license. We give you the license.
Let's go.
Oh. It's got to go in there as well. All right, so wait. Can you give me a...
How's your day, bro?
Oh, how's your day?
See that door? Open it and fucking hell.
Hey, well gone, bruv. How do you think I feel? So like, I've butchered that. People are watching this guy. Chaz, you should have just stayed quiet, bro. How do you think I feel when every 5 minutes is, hey, well gone, bruv. Oh, wait, you up, fam? I'm like, shut the fuck up. If you were in the end, you'd get punched up. You'd get robbed, because I know you're not from here, so I'm going to rob you. Like, that's what's going to happen, like, you know? So,
because I feel like we've all picked up our British slang from Top Boy, bro. And we was talking about Top Boy yesterday. Doing like
the culture and shit, like,
because we were saying like, so with like Top Boy, it's not an exact it's like, okay, if you're from middle class, white suburbia, Top Boy is probably a good introduction to what London street culture and street life can be like.
Yeah.
But if you're from a street life, you'll know that we don't talk with that much slang all the time.
Yeah.
You know that those things can happen, they do happen, but not like you step outside and it's war zone. You know, like it's not like that either. So it's, you know, slightly over glorified, slightly overdone. But the fact that we even have something like that at such a huge scale means something to us. You know, so
proud, just a proud moment.
I'd say that Top Boy isn't 100% accurate, but it gives you a light idea to what it can be like. You know.
Oh, doubt, bro. Is that so? Like, what is the culture difference between Australian hip hop and the UK hip hop? Because you're massive over here, bro. Yeah. Like, you don't understand how fucking big you are over here,
like,
bro.
Those reaction videos. I used to watch reaction videos before I watched the fucking music video, bro. Like, that shit was like the reaction videos were crazy, man.
I'd say. So you talking like music, or you talking like culture as a whole?
Culture as a whole, and like what. Like where the music scene has gone from, like, because you've pretty much witnessed the whole Australian music scene go from where it was to where it is now. In its
next step up. Because it's gone through its transitions over the years, from the 80s up until like 2019, let's say. That was the big turning point, the 2019, 2020 transition, the 1-4 era, as we'll call it, because let's have it right, that was the catalyst for it all happening. I was in, as I said, like 6 to 9 months before that happened. I was in at the end of what I call the body bag media era, where it was like Chillin' It's, Wombats, Nerves, Huskies, and those guys are still about today, but that's when they were the top guys, you know? And then the 1-4 thing happens. And I didn't even realize. I'm just like, yo, like, oh, it's a normal reaction. Next thing you know, I wake up and it's on X amount of tens of thousands of views like that. And then I'm seeing it just go off. And then obviously you have the surgence of like HP boys. At the time, it's 30 Kings. That was cold. Like, and there was a lot of acts that then came off the back of that. A lot of people going, oh, raw, like, I can actually do this as well, kind of thing. And it was just almost like this bit of inspiration to a lot of people, specifically from a Polynesian background, that were like, oh, no, I can do this. Because there was a handful of people doing it before. You know? I did a video very recently saying, like, oh, who's the most iconic artist of all time? Like, who's... And I covered a few artists, and people were like, yo, there's a guy called Scribe that you've got to cover, because he was big for like Samoans, Tongans, like, you know what I mean? It was like, he was one of the only guys. Pistol Pete and Enzo also have a huge part to play, because they were also one of the very few acts that were like doing it actively on a consistent basis over the years. And there'll be so many more that I don't name that will be a part of that. But to keep it more brief, like, those guys had a big part to play. So then I've overseen this all. And I'd just say a big difference between the two is Australian culture as a whole is more laid back and a little bit more friendly than the UK is. But there's still the same subject matter. It's still coming from struggle. It's still coming from poverty. It's still coming from a place of danger and insecurity. And so there's a lot of things that translate. So I relate to it quite quickly. I understand. But then obviously you have things like Golden Gate time, and I'm like, yo, what's that? So I'd say that there's small differences in terms of that. But in terms of the larger picture, it comes from the same place. Definitely comes from the same place.
Because I feel like what made it cool was we've never seen people outside of Australia listen to Australian music. So seeing people from the UK, I was like... like this is actually
and that was it was a massive thing to watch the reaction videos of a 1-4 clip or a Lissy clip or you know, Hooligan Hef's clip. So once they dropped it, we were waiting for you guys to drop your reaction.
It's crazy when people say that to me. They're like, I will not listen to the song until I've seen your reaction. Like, but I'm almost like, please go watch the song, listen to the song first, because I want you to have your own opinion on it first, then see what I say. Because as much as I can say, don't copy me, I understand that if I say I don't like something, I understand that now has an influence, you know? Like, I had this chat with Cursor, and he was just like, yeah, but whether you like it or not, you do influence people. So if you do turn around and say, nah, that's not it, people will take that as gospel and go, oh, I liked it, but you know what? No, Chazza has a point. I don't like it now. And you know, that means a lot in a lot of ways. Like, I'm thankful that people take my words so seriously, but in a lot of other ways, I'm like, make your own opinion. So when people disagree with me, I actually kind of like it if you can explain it. Don't just say, fuck you're wrong.
Test me, test me, motherfucker.
Yeah, like, but no, if you actually have an opinion, feel free to voice it. Like, explain it. Like, I like the debate. I like conversation. I like it when someone goes, yo, I actually think this. That lights me on fire. That's why I like doing these discussion type things, because it's like, have your own opinion. Be your own person. You know? And
Have you had any artists like come back at you because of a reaction video?
Oh, 100%. 100% I've had people come back.
Yeah, look, we'll tag him in the video.
All right, such as no. Okay. I mean, I'll name the big one that was a public thing. It was Enter, big gutter rapper.
Who, sorry?
Enter.
He did the song
from Sydney, part of Trap Runners. Big for like the gutter rap scene, and did a lot in terms of that scene. Did a huge amount, like very important to like the scene in a lot of ways, and help grow. So already with my tone, how I start this, I hope this comes across as like, I understand he's been an important guy and he's done a lot of things, and I've reacted, and I quite liked most of his music. There was some that obviously not so much, but there was a lot of songs of his I was like, yo, I like that. And I done this one reaction, and I just was like, nah, this one just ain't it, chief. Like, ain't it, but cool. And a lot of public Instagram story, at Chazza McQueen, and I tried to talk through it with him, being like, yo, and his main issue was,
did he check you? Not check you?
He hollered me. He was like he done the thing on the story and whatnot, and then we DM'd and talked for a bit. Like, I don't know if it was voice notes or messages, but we was talking for a bit, and he was like, yo, why are you saying that? I don't understand why people fuck with me. And I was like, forgive me, bro, I don't believe I've said that. If you can show me the clip where I've said that, I'll apologize, because of course you've done things. I shouldn't say that. No one to this day has still found that clip. I don't think it exists, and I can tell you now in confidence, I ain't taken nothing down. So I think it's just misunderstood, and maybe by this point, this was a couple years ago, maybe by this point, it's all brushed over. And if he come up to me and was like, yo, like, we'll move on from that. We don't have to be best friends. We don't even have to like each other, but we'll move on. Then cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. I don't hate the guy. I actually quite liked what he's done. But obviously off the back of that, it was don't react to my stuff ever again and all of that. And then you get the trolls that are like, enter Bastia. And I'm like, I'm still here, like, not on a cocky one, not on a, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like respectfully, he's done a lot and whatnot. And it was just like, but this is what I think. And I stand firm by that. That wasn't the greatest track for your standard, in my opinion. And I feel like that's important. And I have fallen out with a lot of other people as well on a shorter basis, you know, like
was that ongoing
for a day? Yeah, I suppose so. But like I said, by now it might have blown over. He might look at this and be like, why is he talking about it now? I blame you guys for asking me, but no, like on a level like, he's just like, yeah, content, baby. Chazza McQueen but like, I've had issues with a lot of people, and they've gone, yo, and most of the time they apologize. They're like, yo, I was drunk, or yo, I was skitzing out, or yo, someone told me you said this, and then I watched it myself and it weren't even like that. So I understand it though. I do understand, because as an artist myself, you put your blood, sweat, tears into this. 100%. If you're working a 9 to 5, bro, you're slaving away, not only to pay your bills and support your family and your kids, but then you're also putting that into music videos. Then you're also putting that into production time. If you're not getting YouTube beats, you're paying producers. You're putting a lot of money and time into this for this pommy guy on the internet to go, I don't like this, and then have that effect on people. I understand that.
I think it's the probably influence that you guys have.
Of course, I understand. But one thing we've got to get way more comfortable in this scene is accepting criticism. We've got to get so much, because people are all on this wave of like, yo, like, oh, no, you can't tell me because you ain't been here. It's like, well, who's going to tell you then? Because whether you like it or not, this scene's going to get big one day. And then you're going to have people who aren't like me, because I actually would like to say I give a fuck. You're going to have people who don't give a fuck, who have an even more of an influence than me, that are going to say some shit. And you ain't going to be able to control it when it's them. At least I'll have this conversation with you. There's going to be a lot of people in the future that are going to have their opinions, and you can't control it. You look at the UK, you look at the US, bro, there's platforms that people say wild shit on, and there's no way of controlling that.
That's
so,
bro.
Because I'm one of the very few platforms in some people's eyes, the main one, Like, you've got to be able to accept that. I've never turned round and gone, that is utter shit.
Yeah.
Besides a certain UK feature. But no, for 99% of the time, I don't turn around and go, that's utter shit.
Yeah.
I can see you're going to ask now, yeah? Gotcha, bitch.
You said it. I don't.
All right, listen, sometimes there's a song about a French football player that just needs to be left alone. A Brizzy artist who lives in Sydney and a Sydney artist collab, and they have a great time doing this track. It's one of my favourite tracks of the year.
Yeah, banger.
And then a UK artist comes along who's quite notable.
Yeah.
And sounds like they woke up 5 minutes ago.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I did not like it, bro.
Really? Bro, I reckon he killed
I don't
it.
care if Australia's not as big as the UK. Give us some fucking respect. Like, if you're going to be doing this feature, if you're going to sound like you want to be there.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a whack verse, it's a whack verse. But at least sound like you want to do it.
You can go two ways with that, though. You could be like, he sounded like that because he sounded like he didn't want to be like there, or he was probably changing up the way he was rapping. You know what I mean?
He was trying something
it's
new.
like you said, your opinion, whatever the fuck that word is. Like, he could be trying to take a different route to where they got. Because, bro, the way he was rapping, the other three were trying to rap like that. Like, if you get what I mean.
I reckon the person you're talking about killed it, bro. He came in just as hard.
Why are you playing devil's advocate?
J1, shout out J1, bro.
No, like, and J1's done a lot of things. I just didn't like that. Didn't like that verse personally. But that's okay. If you like it, you like it then. And that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I joke a little bit more with J1 because, one, the UK's got its own shit going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just sharp, go do your thing. You're like, you don't need to worry about me. But yeah, like, it is what it is, man.
Bro, so tell us why and how this whole journey of you moving here started, bro.
Yeah.
Damn,
bro.
Moving here.
This is, man. You explained it to us yesterday, but, you know, this is,
the people
it's
need
cool.
to know.
Yeah, it's cool to know, bro. It's proper cool.
That's it.
Yeah, so I obviously have had this opportunity of working and collabing with all people from here, and but it's all been from North London, where I'm from. You know, it's all been over Zoom and Discord, and you know, I've tried to make the best content I can, but it's over the internet. Like, this vibe here is so much better because we're in person. The quality's
100%.
better, the audio's better, the video's better. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's better about it, in my opinion. And there's only so much you can get out of a video call, you know? And then there's also the standpoint of, like, I've talked to so many people. Like, there's some people from this scene that I talk to on a very regular basis. I've still not met them and been able to shake their hand or give them a hug or just be able to say to their face, like, bro, sis, I appreciate you. You know? So it's long overdue for me to come. And I plan to come here on holiday. And on
you never fucking went back, you overstayed.
Immigration, come catch me.
We know where he is.
Come catch me if you can. Fuck your visa. No.
Jesus Christ.
So either way, yeah. So I've come here planning to be on holiday, and on the plane from my changeover from Kuala Lumpur to Sydney, sitting there.
Sorry?
Kuala Lumpur.
Was that?
Malaysia.
Oh yeah,
Malaysia. Yeah, because you have to do a stopover. It's like it takes like 2 days to get here. It's long.
Yeah,
it's long, bro. So either way, I'm sitting on that plane. It's like 9-hour flight, and I'm just like, yo, why should I go back home? So I already had one idea of like moving here. And then the first night I arrived, I'll tell the very quick version of the story. I've landed, and as we're walking off the plane, I've looked at my phone, and it said 8:40 p.m. I've checked into a hostel. That's where I was staying for my first few nights. And I've dropped the bag in, and I've U-turned straight out the door. And the woman on the desk was like, oh, is there something wrong with your key card? I'm like, no, I'm out. And she's like, you just got here. It took you how long to get here? And I was just like, nah, I'm out. Boom, rolled around the corner to like the main strip, and I've bumped into Nick Loopy, who's Chilling It's manager. And we've done this like double take, like, yo, what are you doing here? Because I didn't tell many people that I was coming to Australia. I only told a handful of people. And he's like, yo, there's an event in here. And I was like, yeah, bet. So I've gone to the guy on the door. The guy's gone, have you got a ticket? I'm like, nah, I ain't got a ticket, bro. I've just like landed. He's gone, aren't you Chazza? I'm like, yo, wait, what? Like, yo, this is crazy. I got recognized in the airport and then my man on the door. And I'm like, I've been recognized twice and I've been here like not even an hour yet.
Let's see.
And then he's walked me up the stairs and I bumped into Mason Dane. And then Mason Dane's just like, you ever tried wet pussy before? I was like, you what? I was like, what are you about? 1 minute it's wet pussy, next minute it's golden gay time. Like, what's going on?
Fuck you, man. Hey, you know what's funny? Bro, I had a wet pussy as well, a bottle, and I like, fuck. I gifted it to my misso's parents. And I was like, oh, yeah, have this drink. It's a drink. It's nice. Yeah, it's a drink.
Yeah, man. And he's just like, yo, you ever tried a wet pussy? He's like, and have you ever tried a shoey? And I was like, no, I've never done it. He's like, you're going to be welcome to Australia, brother. And I've done this shoey, and then I've looked at my phone again. It's 9:15. So in the space of like 40 minutes, basically, I've touched down, dropped this bag, got to this event, and was already like out. And that night, it was like Mason Dane. It was like Oliver Cronin, A-Girl, Slippin', Kev Blindside. Like a lot of like, a lot of people from Sydney. A lot of cool people. And then people obviously being like, yo, Chazza's in Australia, Chazza's in Sydney. And then it just started hitting everyone's like social medias and everything. And then I was just like, bro, why am I going home? And so then the next few weeks when I was traveling around Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide, Tassie, I was just kind of having an eye on like, okay, how can I make this work? Is it going to work? And yeah, made the kind of decision. Had a few hurdles and roadblocks to deal with that whole process. And through mostly the other side of it. And yeah, man, we're here.
Yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That's him, bro.
That's gangster, G. That's
because
fucking
you'll be making content for so long, and you're saying that coming here made it easier. Was it ever a point?
Made it better, I reckon.
Yeah, made it better.
Better.
Yeah. Was there ever a point where you had to stop just because you were?
Yeah, I've had burnout a couple times.
Yeah. How did you get over that burnout? Then?
Yeah, like a mix of burnout, but then also damn,
Danielle.
Like damn, y'all.
Inside joke.
Nah, like a mix of burnout, but then also like personal stuff going on. You know, like I ain't had the hardest life in the world, but as everyone does, you go through some shit sometimes. And as a person who's, you know, from an artist standpoint, you can disappear for 6 months and people won't look twice at it. When you're making videos and you're trying to upload every day, or at least 5-6 times a week, it's very noticeable when you then don't upload. And yeah, like there's just certain things that have happened where it's just like, I don't have the energy to do it. Like you're spending your whole day stressing, dealing with stuff, you know? Stuff that is taxing on you, not only physically, but emotionally.
Yeah, 100%.
For me to then sit there and want to dissect bars and it didn't feel right. And my whole thing has been honesty and keep it organic. And so there's been videos where you'll see where I'm like lower energy. I'll be yawning. It'll be like, I'll be in my work uniform still, you know? But it was like, no, we keep it organic. It ain't glorified. I still work a 9 to 5, you know? I'm still a normal guy. Like
100%.
And there were just times where I just couldn't even bring myself to turn on the camera, bro. Like I'd sit there and I'd be like, right, I'm going to do this. Press record. And then I'm like, 3, 2, 1. Turn it off. I can't do it. Like literally, like points where I'm like that. How do I get over that? Just taking rest and understanding it's, you know what? I need to take 2 weeks off. Instead of me going, tomorrow I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. For the space of a month, just say 2 weeks time. And even after a week, if I'm like, oh, I'm kind of itching to be back. No, take that next week off. And so
make
you're
sure
hungry
you have that
to go
time.
do it again. And anything else has normally been like a technical issue or something like that. There's always hurdles like that. But in terms of like burnout or stuff like that, getting over it is normally just taking time aside and just going, you know what? It's actually okay to go through it. Actually okay to deal with life sometimes and just, it is what it is.
I love that, bro.
As content creators, as artists, we kick ourselves because we're always trying to be active. We always want to do something.
Keep doing it,
in the bigger picture of things, you just have to learn like, nah, it's okay to take one step back and just deal with what you got to deal with. All right, we ready to go back again? Right, let's hit the ground running hard.
As soon as you fix yourself, you're ready to go.
100.
Work 100%.
Bro, because you're here by yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. I couldn't move to London and be the way I am without anyone here, bro. Like that, props to you for doing that, bro. Because
appreciate
it.
It's difficult in terms of there's so many good people said, but you don't grow up with these people. They're not your family, you know. And so now there's a certain level of trust, but understandably, that caps at a certain point. There's a difference between, hey, yo, I fuck with your music. I really respect you as a person versus, nah, I've spent 20 years around this guy, you know? And there is a level to that you just can't fabricate, you know? And yeah, I'd say it's difficult from that standpoint of like my boys back home or family back home or whatnot, you know what I mean, a little bit, but not as bad because I know so many people. So on a shorter basis, on a simpler level, if I go, yo, kind of stuck in the middle of Tasmania, someone's going to be able to say, I got you, you know what I mean? And not many people have the privilege of doing that when they go to foreign places, you know? Like, I'm a foreigner here at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so... Hey, what do you mean, Rev?
Bro, coming from that, you moving to Australia shows like you must have a lot of faith in the direction of the content and where you're going and where the scene's going. Obviously,
100%.
hey, yeah,
100%, bro. Like, and I sometimes feel like I believe in this scene and culture more than people believe in it in themselves. Like for real, I'll sit here and say in 10 to 15 years time, because it isn't going to be next year. It's not going to be 2 years time. It's going to take a decade or so. We're going to be at our point where, see how everyone's looking at the UK and Top Boy and Central C and Rare Tete? It's going to be at a point where they'll go, rah, and that one Aussie artist and that one Aussie show or TV series or film, and it will be like, yo, it's the trendy thing now to collaborate with Australia and New Zealand. You know what I mean? It will be the trendy thing to be from here instead. And I believe that will be the case for other cultures as well. Like France has a big scene. I know Italy has a, you know what I mean? Like there's plenty of places in the world that have their own hip hop like cultures and street cultures and whatnot. And I just believe that ours will have its moment someday in the future. And I just want to help build towards that. Because the UK's got that, bro. The UK's got enough, and it's like, okay, who's gonna do it here then? And that challenge excites me. It makes me want to go, right, okay.
Why though?
Because I like doing what no one else can do. And maybe that's egotistical. Maybe it's a little bit of like, I can do that, you can't. But bro, it comes from a place of like, what? No one else is doing this. Okay, how hard can it be to figure that out? And that excites me to be able to say like, I can do that, you can't. That's also on an artistry level as well. I like to come out of bars and it's like, ha, you didn't think of that punchline, I did. That's why I lean so heavy on lyricism and things like that. And even down to silly things like if I'm gaming, bro, I'm mad competitive. I'm competitive with everything I do.
What's your game? What's your game?
If I had to pick, it'd be FIFA.
I'll fuck you up, FIFA.
I'm not a UFC man like you. Shut up, man. Put your money where your mouth is. Money where your mouth is. No. Like, but yeah, like everything I do is competitive, bro. Like I always like to one up someone else. I love that. I love that feeling, bro. I love it. Everything's a win. It's like, what? You can't pour your drink better than I can pour my drink. Like, bro, I'll make that a competition somehow, some way. Like, that's just me. And so how that translates, I suppose, is I want to be the one to be able to say, yeah, I helped contribute towards that. I don't believe I'll be the only guy to do it. And I want other people to do this bigger and better than me. I want that. I want someone to be able to say, yo, I watched Chazza growing up, and then I took that formula or I took my own things from that and created my own thing. That's what excites me. That's what excites me. Like, a lot of older heads will get, like, not all, but like sometimes you've seen the narrative of someone who's been about for years go, yo, these young bucks are coming through and they don't know what we've been through and they don't understand it. It's like, motherfucker, I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for the day that a young buck walks through and goes, yo, I did this and Chazza was the one who I watched growing up. And I want that guy or that girl or that whoever to go and then go earn more money and go walk through them doors with swagger. For the ones we've all unlocked and knocked down, I want them to walk through it effortlessly. And then when they get to the end, they start knocking down the next one. And I can't wait for that moment. I can't wait for like that excites me.
That's sick, bro. That's sick that you see that vision within Australia, bro. Because, bro, honestly, like, you know, when it popped off, we didn't know it was going to happen like this. We didn't know we were going to get fucking... one of the guys we were watching for years on YouTube here with us today fucking talking shit, you know?
100%.
Like, it's already there. It's getting there, bro. Like you said, bro, in a few years' time, maybe 10, 8 years, it's going to pop off, man. And
Yeah,
it's cool that
if I can build that from my bedroom in North London, what's your excuse if you're here?
Yeah,
what is your excuse?
Yeah. We built it in the garage, dancing.
Hard out, bro. That's sick, man.
Because I just came back from New Zealand and I got asked, like, my cousins always ask, they ask, what are you going to do when the next podcast comes? It's like, bro, we need more podcasts. You know what I mean?
100%.
We need more people doing this stuff because there's there's we need different opinions out there and stuff like that. Yeah. Because that's what's going to make the scene grow. You know, the people.
The thing that separates, the thing that separates us with our podcast is there's humor in it. Everyone loves humor. But then again, you need a podcast where it's telling you something straight.
Yeah, straight to
something
your
straight
face,
or something where like it's leading you to somewhere better than where you are.
Something that we can't do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, bro, there will be, and we are the generation to break that cycle, bro. Obviously, there's going to be a dickhead that will be like, bro, you don't know what we went through to get through this. Bro, that's the whole point, bro. So that generation doesn't have to go through that.
For real, man.
Until we open our minds.
Lead the way, and then you see everyone follow suit, bro.
And, bro, you've done nothing short of that, bro. Like,
I
appreciate that, for real.
Like, pull your pants down. And
all right, boys.
Go to game time.
Let's go to game time. Especially when you're in a foreign place, bro. Like, fuck, man. People sometimes, like, unless you're playing footy over in, like, fucking UK, France or something, bro, you have the whole support system. But you coming over, who really pushed you to make this final decision for you to be here, stay here, and pursue your whole fucking dream?
You know what? Low-key, it was my dad. My dad.
Hey, shout out Pops.
Shout out Pops.
Man.
Shout out Pops.
Pops.
He, like, obviously from a family and close friends perspective, they're like, no, we don't want you to go. We want you to stay here. My dad was just like, I want to see your fucking face. I'm like, yo, what's that? And he's just like, no, because like I never got to do that when I was younger. He's like, so why you're not tied down to a mortgage, a wife, kids, etc., like, now's your time to go and do it. Go and do it now, because you'll regret it if you never go and do it in the first place. So I suppose that was a thing that helped, because I was going to do it anyway. But you know when you like doubt yourself and it's someone else then goes, no, go do it. It's like, oh, okay, so I can go do it. Yeah. But yeah, like, also just me, I do what the fuck I want. It's my life. Do what you want. It's your life. Like, honestly, that's like my motto. Like, like shout out my boy Johnny Phelan. Yeah, back in the UK.
Shout out Johnny.
Is that the other?
Oh, not the other reaction guy. No, that's Johnny Reactions. Yeah. That's different. No, guy I work with. And he said it as a joke, but low-key it's just become the motto of my life. He's just like, do what you want. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just roll with that ever since. Like, but it's true. Like, do what you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna upset. You can't please everyone. I've learned that. I've learned that you can't keep everyone in your life. People move on, and then you gain new people, and that's just a cycle that just happens in life. So as well as me doing this for my career and everything, there's also a life thing. You know, just on a real life one, as you said, like, yo, our brother's moved to the other side of the world by himself, obviously with that air quote, should you say, because I recognize people know who I am, so it's a bit different in that way. But on just a real life one, bro, just it's a whole different way of living. It's a step, and it's it's definitely teaching me some life lessons.
That's bad.
Talking about teaching, you were a PE teacher, hey?
Oh, yo.
Yeah, you was a PE teacher,
PE teacher, back home.
This guy worked at a kebab store.
But you're social workers now, right?
Yeah, social workers now. Did that ever hold you back from, like, because obviously that would have been like a full-time job there.
Yeah.
And you coming to another country not knowing the fuck what you were gonna do, like, job-wise. Like, did that ever cross your mind to be like,
oh, what I was gonna do for work here and everything like that? Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, there's different types of visas you can get, and I know like teacher visas over here are like quite good because they're like looking for teachers, but that ties me down into doing it 5 days a week. I kind of want that little bit of freedom. So don't get me wrong, if I have no other option and authorities are like, yup, let us, and then like, get out of here. I might have to just be like, I'll be a teacher 5 days a week. I'll sign it. But if I can, I want to obviously do the music, YouTube, media thing full time. So it'd be nice to just work like a few days a week, help pay the bills. You know what I mean? Because there's only a handful of people in this scene that are actually full time off of it. Most people still work normal jobs, or at the very least part time. You know what I mean? Like, and so do my part-time thing or whatever, and then if I can, build myself to the point where I can just do my own thing, especially around the weekends and whatnot. So just so for when you get on the piss, nothing to do with the kids.
Fucking oath, bro.
So when do you leave? You leave on Monday, yeah? So what, you did the trot last night?
Yeah.
Fucking the club scene, you did that, and then you got Boulevard tonight?
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Oh, because you've already done Boulevard, yeah?
Yeah, I actually hosted it when I was first here in Brizzy.
When was that?
Back in August.
Done it with Randy, hey.
Yeah, Randy from Enemy. Shout out Randy, man.
Shout out Randy.
Real
Big
peoples, man.
Yeah.
Real peoples.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've already been here, enjoyed my time. Can't lie. No, I'm gonna say it with my chest.
Say.
Wildest night out I've had has been in Brisbane.
Yeah?
And it was that Boulevard night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Boulevard.
Actually, not. Okay, can't lie, it was actually Melbourne still. But still, top two. You guys are almost my second favourites.
What's your favourite city to do?
Can't lie, it was Melbourne, man.
It was?
Melbourne just felt the most like home.
Yep.
Like in a lot of ways.
Why is that?
One, the city feel of everything just being built fucking shit high. Like you're in the city now.
Yeah, get you.
Two, culture. There's just a lot of culture there.
Oh, true, actually.
A big hot pot of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even down to just like, there's a whole graph scene. There's just a lot going on all the time. Bro, I was in Melbourne for 7 days. I went out 6 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it was just, there was always something going on. Like,
There's a lot of street culture, hey.
A lot of street culture. And I'd say the only thing about Melbourne, though, is Melbourne worry about Melbourne. They don't care what's going on in Sydney. They don't even know what's going on in Brisbane. They're like, is Tasmania a real place? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just doing their own thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, that I did enjoy Melbourne.
Yeah. Was that a shock to you coming from like fucking, because you're from London, yeah?
Yeah.
Bro, England's so diverse in all their cultures. Like fucking Spanish people be there.
Yeah.
Like just walking around like you're normal, bro. Like you walking around now, they hear your accent, they'll fall in love. They see like a Spanish guy talking, oh, what's your accent?
Yeah.
Spanish, but like it's so weird.
Yeah. Well, London as well.
Spanish. Like, you know
Can you do your best Spanish accent impression, please?
Thank you.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, Shade?
¿Qué pasa?
Was that weird coming here and just seeing like most of our culture, Samoans, Asians, Australian, what else? Some more African.
I wouldn't say, I'd say, like the Asian culture was way bigger here than I thought it would be. It makes sense because you've got like a big like relationship with China and like other Asian countries and whatnot. And obviously geographically you're close. Yeah. It's the closest English speaking country. So like it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that threw me off at first. The thing that throws me off most, this might be a bit more specific to Sydney, but it's like there's areas where you're like, oh yeah, all the Lebos are in that area. And all the Viets are in that area. And all the Chinese are in that area. And it's like, right, back home, it's like, there's the white people area and then there's the rest of us. Like, and I'm white, but like I say that from a standpoint of like the block I grew up on, I was one of the only white boys on the block. Like it was a mix of everyone, you know? And that's just what we were used to. You know? And so yeah, there's like certain areas that are more cultured, should you say, than others, but I don't think I wouldn't say it's like, oh, that's the exact area where all the Somalis are. That's the exact area where such and such are. Yeah. So it's different in that way.
That's crazy.
That's mad because even in here in Brizzy, there's certain areas like Sunnybank. That's literally just, you know, there's a lot of Asians there.
Right.
And they have
Goodna.
Asian. And then you go to our west, Goodna, Ipswich way. You know, it's a lot of islanders.
I think what will be like good now, like Ipswich kind of, they'll be like majority Samoans. In all honesty, Anala, mostly Aboriginal and Tongans. And like that's like, what else? Mount Gravatt will probably be a lot of where the Middle Eastern boys are. Fucking rich cunts too, bro. Fucking
day one.
Give me some money. Give me some money. Hey, let me $20, bruv. You got that big old house, bruv. Let me 20. Come on, man.
We were talking about it yesterday about like your whole business side of things. Like, what were you saying about like when you were gonna do a show and some guy was like, "Fucking, I'll pay you this and that XYZ." How do you maneuver through those? Because like,
oh man, like it's something I'm learning. I'm learning how to negotiate because back home I did everything off just my own back. I did only 1 or 2 collabs with people that I very highly respected. They said, this is what I'll pay you. And I was like, yep, easy, done. Like, done. It weren't
no
a big thing like that. Because
negotiating,
in my head, I'm not in a position to be making money.
Yeah.
I come here and people are like, yo, I get paid X for this and I get paid Y for that and Z for this. And I'm like, yo, lend me $20. You know what I'm saying? So there's something I'm having to learn, and I've been getting better at. Obviously, being fair, I'm not like trying to rip people off, you know what I mean? But just like, yo, understanding who I am. Because as you've said, you boys have all said to me, like, you're bigger than you even realize.
Yeah.
It's like, where I'm slowly realizing that, it's like, oh, okay, so I am in the position to actually ask for something then. And again, I'm not asking for 6 figures. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? But it's just like...
what you're worth.
Yeah, and that's it. It's just something, it's more so the principle. It's not just like, oh, everything's for free. Again, infrastructure. In the UK, people are not doing things for free like that. Everything has a contract. Everything has an agreement. And like here, there's like record labels that have artists and they don't even have nothing written out. It's like, yo, that's wild to me. Wild that you're under a label and there ain't even paperwork in place to say who owns
it's
what.
crazy,
So then you go to court and you just fight that shit out. You want to punch on for it? Yeah, who gets the masters on that? That's crazy to me. So
it just shows how young we are as a scene, right?
100%.
As a scene, everyone's still learning,
Not
coming
very
up.
mature and stuff in that regard.
100%, man.
I think we're slowly starting to adapt to how America and UK run their thing. You know, the music scene especially. Because people are doing contracts now and making their own labels so they can do good contracts. They're not going to the big contract or to the big label to sign a bullshit contract. You know, they want to start their own thing. And then...
And as well, like, it's such a weird thing because we always think of, oh, you signed to a label, you've sold your soul. It's not really. Like, we obviously have heard many stories over the years from the US, from the UK, even Oz, of people signing and then being trapped in a deal. Or being treated unfairly. Or
look at
they don't want to listen to the label and then they've, you know, trapped themselves in there or whatever. But there's a lot of people who have signed deals and bettered their careers off of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You take the average guy from the hood and you show them 6 figures, bro, they're like, I can pay off this, I can pay off that, I can buy Mumsy a house, I can at least, you know what I'm saying, little bros, all good, he don't have to trap. Like, so there's a lot of things, when you throw numbers like that in front of a young person, that's big. Bro, you throw 6 figures in front of an 18-year-old me.
Hard out. You're taking that shit, bro. Hard out.
Hey, but all in all, bro, fuck, today's been a gag. It's been a good party, man. It's cool to see this side of you, man. We only see you on the reaction videos and through your music, but to actually hear you talk about different things, bro.
I appreciate it.
Show who you are, bro. Like,
It's good to see your journey, bro. And it shows everyone like who you really are, bro. And hopefully people appreciate your content more.
Bro, for real.
I appreciate it. Like, and likewise with your platform, man. Like, straight away, like I said, when I see the first couple episodes, I was like, hey, yo, like, they're legit. They're doing it well. Like, straight off the bat. And it's rare to see someone hit the ground running with, like, episode, like, 2, 3 onwards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in the opening stages, normally people find their feet. Like, I know my earliest podcasts and everything they're bad, bro. Like, they are bad. You know what I mean? I was still figuring out. And it's like... You've already come in with a plan and you've executed that straight off the bat. So props to you and the whole team here, because man, you've executed it well, man.
For real.
But we come to the end, So
you
we're gonna wrap it up. But
you already know, baby.
You're gonna bless us with some bender bars, baby. Let's go.
Baby, bender bars, all right.
Oh, hit him, bros. Hit him.
Hey, bender bars, ex Chazza.
Let's go.
Run it,
all day.
Here we go.
All right.
Hey.
For the mandem,
For the mandem, While I freestyle, I need you to ad-lib,
Okay, Oh, yeah.
Alright, look, I said another lost 16. You them with big dreams. Polish that motherfucker till it sounds pristine. Wow, I was hustling for the fit cream. You was on Snapchat posturing with fit cream. That's a big difference, so it seems. In the same picture, but I'm on top, split screen. Now I leave you in my trail, that's a slipstream. Don't trash stand alongside me, bitch, please. This podium's too far to climb seldom. Like Kelvin. Still say you're welcome.
Keep going. Hit it, bros. Hit it.
Yeah?
Hey. Let's go.
That's you know that rap. That's said that reaction's out the building. I can't think of a bar now, so I might just freestyle while we're having a drink up. Drink up. What rhymes with drink up? Fuck it, I can't think up. And I said,
Drink
I can't
up.
freestyle like that.
Drink
You threw me
up.
off, bruv.
He's
You
on the
gassed me up.
overlayer because he's the overstayer. But the brothers out, thank you, baby.
Let's go,
Let's go,
baby. Yes, sir.
Fuck it.